I don't know about you, but lately I have been focusing more on being strong instead of being skinny. I think it's very important to know the difference. For me, it's important to focus on getting strong and not just being skinny. Of course, I want to be a healthy weight. So today I have a couple recipes for you that's going to do just that. So welcome back to my kitchen. My name's Debbie and this is my YouTube channel, Chew on Vegan. I am a 68-year-old plant-based registered nurse and I love to share my whole food plant-based recipes. My recipes probably for the last year have been more protein focused because I am trying to build muscle, and I am building muscle, and not just trying to lose weight. Now I want to be in a healthy weight and I am in a healthy weight, but now I'm focusing on getting strong and getting stronger because what I'm doing today is going to affect me 10, 15, 20 years from now. You know, when I'm almost 90 years old, I want to be able to go up and down my stairs, open my pickle jar, get things off of a top shelf, things like that, you know, be able to carry my groceries in, be independent. And that's way more important to me than a number on the scale, and I hope it is for you too. So I'm going to show you a crispy baked tofu. It's really easy and it's low calorie dense and it's full of protein. These kind of recipes is what I've been eating, along with a ton of vegetables and fruit. And along with the tofu, I'm going to have a half of my plate is going to be non-starchy vegetables. It's really important to get those vegetables in there. I'm also going to be adding some sweet potatoes. These two things are high in fiber, which are so important to help with your immune system. It's heart healthy, it's brain healthy, all those good things. It has come to my attention that there's some of you out there that don't like chocolate. I'm going to show you how to make a non-chocolate dessert. It's going to be a takeoff on another dessert that I made a couple weeks ago. If you're not a fan of chocolate, which I can't relate at all because I am a chocoholic, you're going to enjoy this recipe. It's quick, it's easy, it's high protein, and it's just full of flavor. So let's get started. So before I get started on the tofu, I want to get some Japanese sweet potatoes into the oven. And I just want to give you a few facts about Japanese sweet potatoes, and these are my favorite. You could use regular sweet potatoes, the orange ones. And they're good for you too. They have a lot of these same benefits, but they're high in fiber, rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, vitamin A and potassium, which are all great for immune, skin, eye, and heart health. They're low glycemic. They contain soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber slows down the absorption of glucose, which is great, while insoluble fiber reduces the absorption of cholesterol. So these are really an important food to put into your rotation. So we'll be serving this along with our tofu today. So I'm just going to pop these in the oven. I don't put anything on them. I'm just going to put these into my oven on my air fryer mode for, I don't know, probably 40 minutes. And then in the meantime, we'll get started on that tofu. So I'm going to make a quick little marinade for the tofu. I just have some hot water here, and then I'm going to add a half a cube of this not chicken bouillon. And I'm just going to whisk it till it all dissolves. You could just use veggie broth if you wanted to, but this is what I'm going to use. And it's just going to give it some good flavor. We're going to want to flavor this a lot because nobody wants boring tofu. Now for the tofu, I like to use high protein super firm. That way you don't have to press it, anything. It really saves time and it's higher in protein, so bigger bang for your buck. I get mine at Trader Joe's, but I've seen them at Sprouts, at Whole Foods, I've seen them at other stores. So just look for the high protein, the super firm. I think it works best in this recipe. So I want to make 4 steaks. So I'm just going to cut this in half. You're just going to eyeball it. And then half again. Now we're going to place our tofu into our little marinade here. And I let it cool down a little bit, even though it's still pretty hot. And then I'm just going to flip it after about 15 minutes. But you want it to marinate like for 30 minutes. If you want to do it longer, that's fine, but I'm usually too impatient. So we're just going to set this aside and let it sit for about 30 minutes. Here's my little dredging station. I've got some arrowroot. You could use cornstarch, is fine, in here. That'll be our first dip. And I've got some salt and black pepper in here, so I'm just gonna mix this up. This is aqua. This is the juice from the chickpea can. And here I have a mixture of potato flakes, and it's just dehydrated potatoes, and nutritional yeast. And we're gonna add some spices to this. I've got onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika. Get that all mixed in. And I have my lime baking sheet. And the oven is preheating to 400. I'm gonna use my air fryer mode again. If you just have a regular oven, then you can do the same thing. You're just gonna cook it for maybe 10 minutes longer, and you will probably have to flip it halfway through. All right, so I have my marinated tofu. You just wanna get the excess off, best you can. And then you're gonna roll it in here, getting all sides. And you wanna shake off the excess for sure. You just want it lightly coated. Then it's going to go into the aqua bath. Again, get all sides so it's wet. And then we're going to put it into our other mixture here, the potatoes and the nutritional yeast. You can use panko breadcrumbs, but I'm gluten-free, and this just, the gluten-free panko crumbs usually have oil in them, and they're just not as good. You could use cornmeal, or you could use whatever kind of breading that you like. This is the combo I like. All right, I'm just gonna continue doing all these, and then we will put them in the oven. All right, so these are ready to go in the oven, and like I said earlier, if you wanted to make them, you could cut them in half, or you could make them thinner, whatever you want to do. And you will have leftover potato flakes and the nutritional yeast, which is fine. Just put it in a container, and then the next time you need it, you've got it all ready to go with the spices and everything. All right, these are going in the oven, and I will check them at 20 minutes. And then they may go longer. You just want to cook them till they're golden brown. Okay, now I'm going to make a really quick, simple little sauce to go over everything. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of maple syrup. And then I'm going to use about a tablespoon and a half of tahini. Then I put a half a tablespoon of lemon juice. And so that was a tablespoon and a half of tahini, a tablespoon of maple syrup, and a half a tablespoon of lemon juice. Pinch of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a little onion powder, then stir it up. I'm going to add a tablespoon of water to thin it out, and that is my sauce, which I will drizzle over everything. All right, let's plate up this tofu. All right, so I loaded up some steamed broccoli. I've got a couple of my sweet potatoes. I'm gonna flip these over. Look at how pretty they are. And then my tofu. Look at that crisp, crunchy breading on top. And then I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of my tahini. You could do whatever kind of sauce you want. If you wanted to do just barbecue sauce, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel like having. All right, let's give this a taste. Here we are, finished product. Let's give it a taste. I also wanted to mention the health benefits of tofu as well. I mean, it has been proven to be protective for your heart. It has also been proven that it doesn't increase your risk of breast cancer, uterine cancer, some other kind of cancers. So it is a great plant-based protein, and I eat it every day, and I'm not worried. So I'm going to get a little bit of that tahini sauce on there. It's crispy, good flavor, and that little sauce takes it to the next level. Anyway, this is a really good main dish here. So this is how you want to build your plate. You want half your plate to be veggies, non-starchy veggies. Then I've got some starch here with my sweet potatoes, low glycemic, perfect. And then my protein, whether it be beans, tofu, seitan, tempeh, whatever. Have some protein on your plate in addition to these. Of course, you're going to get protein in your broccoli and your sweet potatoes, but I like to bump it up because, as I've said before, I am trying to build muscle and I go to the gym 3 days a week and lift heavy, and that is also part of my program for postmenopause. I want to be able to retain my muscle as well as stay lean. This is a great meal whether you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to retain, gain muscle. You need these three components on your plate. And having half of your plate with the non-starchy vegetables keeps it low calorie. So you can have a lot of volume of food for not so many calories. I will put the calories and the protein down below when I figure that out. All right, let me show you that dessert, the non-chocolate dessert. Now this is basically the same dessert I made a couple videos ago, except I'm making it not chocolate. So you could do a couple of different things. First off, we're going to be using my Kite Hill Greek style yogurt. And we're going to, you have it on the scale. You want to measure out, you want 170 grams of this yogurt. And then you're going to use some of my Earth Chimp, favorite protein powder on the planet, link below. You can get 10% off with my code and free shipping if you order $45 or more. So we're going to put some of this in here. And this is personal preference. Depending how thick you want it. You want 1 scoop for sure. And then I think I'm going to do maybe 1.5 scoops. So it's about 27 grams of protein. Now you could add berries to this, strawberries, blueberries, whatever you want. You could also use the strawberry protein powder if you wanted to make a strawberry flavor. Then I have these Lily peanut butter flavored chips here, and they are really good and they're sugar-free. So let's zero it out again. And for 1 serving, we have 14 grams here. Oops, I just lost one. And it's not an exact science. You get as close as you can. And then stir ever so gently. So if you're not sure how thick you want it, then you should start with 1 scoop. I like it thick where it sticks to the spoon like that, doesn't move. If that's not your thing, then do a little less. So here is the dessert for the non-chocolate lovers. It's sweet, it's high protein, you're gonna love it. All right, I should probably give it a taste for science at least. All right, here we go. Let's give it a taste. I know it's gonna be good. It's ridiculous. I mean, this dessert is low sugar. It is high protein. It's so satisfying if you have a sweet tooth. And here's an option if you don't really like chocolate. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with strong, not skinny. And that is my message for you, especially going into the new year. Let's get strong. Let's not worry about the number on the scale. Let's get into the mindset that we want to be strong, that we're working out today for what's going to be like for 10, 15, 20 years from now. I mean, I'm in my 60s, and you know, every year you lose muscle. You want to remain healthy and strong throughout your life so you can carry your groceries in. You can put your luggage in the overhead compartment on the plane. You can pick up your grandchildren. You can get on the ground and play with them. You can live independently because you can go up and down stairs and you can get in and out of the shower because you are strong, you are working those muscles, you're walking, you're doing all those things, you're eating good, clean nutrition like these recipes I showed you today, and go on how you feel. I mean, don't worry about a certain size or a certain number on the scale. It just messes with your head. I mean, you want to be in a healthy weight range, and that's perfectly fine. But talk to your doctor and see what they have to say about it. What is a good range for you? Please check out the links below. I do have a new cookbook out, and it has over 63 recipes in there. It's got a lot of information about nutrition, exercise, sleep, hormone replacement. So if you're in that stage of your life, or even if you're not, if you're in your 40s, you're maybe perimenopause, these are all things that are going to affect you eventually. So you better learn about them now so you're prepared, because it's coming. It is coming. So, and it's not a bad thing. It's just another phase of life, and we can get through this together. So the full recipes will be down below. And remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you.